Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are still working on King John, and we get to hear from Philip the Bastard today in what is known as Act 1, Scene 2 in the folio and Act 2, Scene 1 in lots of other versions of the script. So this is an interesting scene. It takes place in and around the town of Angiers in France, where King John has brought his army to fight the King of France because the King of France backs Arthur, who is King John's nephew, but actually has the better claim to the throne than King John does. So we've got England versus France, and neither of them wanted to back down, so they were like, well, let's let the people decide who's the actual king. And the people were like, the King of England, whichever one of you that is who we bow to. So they went off and had a little bit of a war just sort of outside the gates of Angiers, and a French herald came in and was like, the French won, and the English herald came in and they're like, the English won, and the token citizen who's the mouthpiece for all the rest of the citizens, whose name happens to be Hubert, says, we didn't really see a clear winner on either side, so until y'all figure this out, nobody's allowed into our city. So then we get back into the two sides sniping at each other and saying, you know, you're better at dying than we are, and you spilled more blood than we did, and blah, 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 all this back and forth, until finally Philip the Bastard says, by heaven, these scroyles of Angiers flout you, kings, and stand securely on their battlements as in a theater, whence they gape and point at your industrious scenes and acts of death. Your royal presences be ruled by me. Do like the mutines of Jerusalem. Be friends a while, and both conjointly bend your sharpest deeds of malice on this town. By east and west let France and England mount their battering cannon, charge to the mouths, till their soul-fearing clamors have brawled down the flinty ribs of this contemptuous city. I'd play incessantly upon these jades, even till unfenced desolation leave them as naked as the vulgar air. That done, dissever your united strengths, and part your mingled colors once again, turn face to face, and bloody point to point. Then, in a moment, fortune shall cull forth out of one side her happy minion, to whom in favor she shall give the day, and kiss him with a glorious victory. How like you this wild counsel, mighty states? Smacks it not something of the policy? So, this is an interesting plot. This is an interesting plan that he has going on here. He's sick of both sides, and he's even more specifically sick of the fact that the citizens don't even know who their king is. So he's like, okay, let's take these two armies and destroy this particular city, and then you can part the armies again and turn and fight each other, and at that point fortune will have smiled heavily on one side or the other, and it will just become known which of you is the proper king, who deserves to be king of England and France and all of the territories and all that sort of stuff. And the really funny part about it is both King John and the King of France agree to this. And King John is like, okay, I'll attack the city from the west. And Austria is like, I'll attack from the north. And France is like, I'll attack from the south. And Philip the Bastard is like, Austria and France are going to attack from the north and south, and it's just the one city in the middle, so they're basically just going to be shooting each other, and King John's going to win because he's over here on the west with nobody shooting at him from the east. This is going to get settled so easily. I will try to make sure that that happens. Meanwhile, Hubert, the token citizen, is watching all this, and he's like, wait a second, wait, everybody just slow your roll, because now you're going to be attacking my city. Like, what? Can I have just a minute to say something? And King John is like, okay, we'll give you 1 minute. Go. And tomorrow we get to hear what Hubert says to try to save his city of Angiers from being bombed into oblivion by King John, Austria, and France. This play is getting ridiculous. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.